Good day everyone, I am Chris Arcelon and together with my groupmates, we will going to discuss Unit 8 Cognitive Development from multiple intelligence down to current research and pedagogical applications. So this time we're talking about multiple intelligences. So we will see what are these multiple intelligences and how important it is in education. So these multiple intelligences was theorized and developed by a university professor, Dr. Howard Gardner, and developed in 1983, but until now it is being used in education because of its significance, right? Gardner proposed that the traditional idea of intelligence based on IQ testing did not fully and accurately depict a person's abilities. In IQ testing, what is being enhanced or what is being tested is only your logical, mathematical intelligence or those who excel in math and reasoning and those who excel in language, right? Meaning, if you are not inclined into those intelligences and you get low scores in IQ tests, you are labeled low IQ already, right? Dr. Gardner um, said there are a lot more of intelligences that must be acknowledged by different testing. So we have these 8 intelligences, and the first one is the bodily kinesthetic intelligence. So it is the ability to control your body movements and to handle objects skillfully. So they excel in performing sports, physical activity, and body movements. So they are the actors, athletes, even dancers, performers. So they have this kind of bodily kinesthetic intelligence. The second one is interpersonal intelligence. So it is the capacity to detect and respond appropriately to the moods, motivations, and desires of others. So those are the people who have this ability to organize people, group activities, and social relationship. So people who have these intelligences can easily communicate, can easily work well with other people, they can collaborate with different people, and they have the ability to lead or to lead a group of people. So they are leaders and social workers. The third one is intrapersonal intelligence. So it is the capacity to be self-aware and in tune with inner feelings, values, beliefs, and thinking process. So you have this intelligence, you have the ability to understand one's inner feelings and have self-realization. So, who among you here often have self-realization? There are people who often do that before sleeping. Sometimes they make self-realization. What did I do today? Did I do good today? Am I good to other people? Right? Did I hurt other people? So they make realization. Why is it happening to me? What should I do? So, okay, those who have this intelligence, I mean, people who have this intelligence are those who are philosophers, clergy, and so on so forth. The fourth one is the logical mathematical intelligence. So it is the ability to think conceptually and abstractly in the capacity to discern logical or numerical patterns. So these are the people who excel in math and logical thinking. So they are bankers, accountants, mathematicians, scientists, right? So moving on, the fifth one is musical intelligence. So it is the ability to produce and appreciate rhythm, pitch, and timbre. So from the word musical, those who excel in music, right? So these um, people who perform, sings well, and compose musical pieces like singers, musical composers, and those and these are the people who have this intelligence. It's the naturalistic intelligence. So it is the ability to recognize and categorize animals, plants, and other objects in nature. People who love animals, plants, and natures and understands the natural world. So if you love nature, animals, then you might be a biologist and conservationist, right? Those who work in environmental related profession, and so on so forth. One is the verbal linguistic intelligence. So we'll develop verbal skills and sensitivity to the sounds, meanings, and rhythm of words. So it is also called the word smart. So those who excel in words, in language, or in poetry, those who are writers, those who are good in writing, even in speaking, specifically in public speaking, in communication. So those people have this linguistic intelligence, right? Even teachers, they must have linguistic intelligence because they always talk, they always make presentation. So that is linguistic intelligence. And the last one is the visual spatial intelligence. It is the capacity to think in images and pictures, to visualize accurate and abstractly. These are the people who excel in shapes, design, graphics, and visualization. So this is more of the art. They are engineers, designers, architects, graphic designers, right? So these are the people who have this intelligence, the visual spatial intelligence. So they can visualize their plans, or they see over the mental picture of what they will be doing. So basically we have here 8 intelligence. So that's all.
So, hi everyone. This time I'm going to discuss the triarchic theory of intelligence of Robert Sternberg. Psychologist Robert Sternberg defined intelligence as mental activity directed toward purposive adaptation to, selection, and shaping of real-world environments relevant to one's life. So, Sternberg believed nga ang intelligence is gonna to be a much more complex subject matter, which lead him nga mo propose og theory dealing with the cognitive approach sa intelligence theory kaysa mag-base sa behavioristic viewpoint. He believes sad nga ang usa ka person's adaptation sa nagkausab-usab nga panahon or environment ug ang iyang contribution of knowledge in shaping the world around them had a significant importance in determining their intelligence. Sternberg proposed what he referred to as successful intelligence, which involves three different factors. First factor kay ang analytical intelligence, your ability to evaluate information and solve problems. So sa kaning analytical intelligence kay involves ni ang ability sa usa ka individual to identify patterns and accurately predict kung unsay outcomes sa usa ka complex event. For example, ani is si Emma always scores high on standardized tests. So, permi siya dako og score. It's because of her ability to evaluate and analyze materials using abstract thinking in order to achieve solutions. Gets ra? So next is ang creative intelligence, your ability to come up with new ideas. So, set of skills na siya used to create, invent, discover, explore, imagine, and suppose. Example ani is kanang mga scientists trying to invent a cure for a newly discovered diseases. Gets? Okay. Last kay ang practical intelligence, your ability to adapt to a changing environment. So, being practical means nga Maka-find ka og solution that work in your everyday life by applying knowledge based on your experiences. So, yun ra siya, no? So, these three factors helps us to understand what is human intelligence means by Sternberg. That's all.
Good morning, everyone. I am JMAP Amorante, and today I will be going to discuss about the cognitive information processing theory of Richard Atkinson and Richard Schifrin. So, what is cognitive information processing theory? The multi-store model of memory, also known as the modal model, was proposed by Richard Atkinson and Richard Schifrin on 1968 and is a structural model. They proposed that memory consisted of three stores. So, as we go through the lesson, we will be getting to know what are these three stores, which is the short-term memory, or the STM, a sensory register, and a long-term memory. So, the memory stores. Each stores is a unitary structure and has its own characteristics in terms of encoding capacity and duration. Encoding is the way information is changed so that it can be stored in the memory. There are three main ways in which information can be encoded. So, naitalo ka way aron sample ang imong information sa imong memory ma-encode. So these are the visual, which is the picture, the acoustic, the sound, and the last one is the semantic meaning. So what is visual or picture? So visual or picture, sample ana, ikanang magkunahuna ka, like unforgettable picture of you when you were in your childhood. So the second one is the acoustic or sound. For example, ana, like you mesmerize some music nga permi nimo gina-sound. Like for example, na kay your favorite music nga balikon jud nimo sa imong una kay ganahan kay ka. So madamguhan sila nimo nga kanta. And the third one is the semantic or the meaning. So it is like an events or any stages of your life wherein you feel the value of. For example, kana someone gives you a necklace, so therefore that necklace will surely secure ug i-treasure jud nimo pagkabutang niya. Imo gid siya ayuhon pagdala aron dili maguba. Kay naghatag man na og sentimental value sa imo kung ba your most important things nga dili mo ganahan ma-damage. So, capacity concerns how much information can be stored. So, capacity in all means it is the measurement of information that can be stored in your brain. Duration refers to the period of time information can last in the memory stores. So, duration it refers on time on how long your information in the memory stores or kanang magpabilin. Attention is the first step in remembering something. For example, ani like mag-discuss ang inyong teacher, anya maminaw jud ka nya nagid ang focus nimo sa discussion. So syempre ting exam na jud kay ma-answer kay naminaw man ka og nakasabot man ka sa gi-discuss. So if a person's attention is focused on one of the sensory stores, then the data is transferred to STM. So what is STM? STM is also called short-term memory. It's the capacity for holding a small amount of information in an active, readily available state for a short interval. For example, short-term memory holds a phone number that has just been recited. The duration of a short-term memory is estimated to be on the order of seconds. While on the other hand, long-term memory is a stage of Atkinson and Schifrin memory model in which informative knowledge is held indefinitely. This type of memory is unlimited in capacity and stable, lasting for years or even a lifetime. So from the word itself, long-term memory, so kani siya mag-long last gid siya, abtan og pila ka years bago pa mawa ang imong memory. Tabol-tabol raman ang long-term memory na. That's all my discussion all about the cognitive information processing theory of Atkinson and Schifrin. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the factors affecting cognitive and language development. So, let's talk about factors affecting cognitive development. The first one is the environment. Environment plays a key role in influencing the cognitive development of an individual. To ensure proper cognitive development in children, a motivating and encouraging environment is necessary. So if a child surrounded by encouraging and positive environment, their intelligence increase more. It because kung unsay ilang makita sa ilang palibot, maka-learn og maka-adapt sila. So like for example, kung ang usa ka bata ni anha sa gawas sa ilang balay, tapos nakita niya ang ubang mga bata nagdula og bike, then nanotice niya kung unsa kalipay ang mga bata samtang gaduwa sa bike. So ma-curious siya o ganahan na sad na siya makat-on sa pagbike. So di ba? Kung unsay makita sa bata sa iyang surrounding is maimpluwensyahan ang iyahang panghuna-huna. Let's proceed to socio-economic status. It refers to the social status and economic health of an individual. Kung ang bata is nabilong sa good social economic background, dali kani sila maka-gain or maka-learn og insakto. For example, may usa ka pamilya nagpuyuan ng lugar, then maayo ra ang ilang panginabuhian. So ang mga anak sa katunga pamilya is maka-eskwela jud og tarong. So then maka-learn sila og sakto nga learning. So kung ang usa ka bata sad mabilong sa not so good socio-economic background, murag hinay ilahang learning kay tungod sa ilahang sitwasyon nga walang-wala. Kaya ang iban mang good is di maka-eskwela, naapoy uban nga maka-eskwela pero sige absent. So, di ba, kung sige kag absent, of course, ang magain nimo nga knowledge is less ra. The next factor is the heredity. Heredity refers to the transmission of physical, emotional, cognitive, and other characteristics from parents to children. So it means nga kung unsa ang gipakita sa bata, mausab ang ilahang na-inherit gikan sa ilang parents. So in that way, child cognitive senses much more to develop their cognitive skills. For example, nakabantay ba mo kanang ang ubang tao is ganing makakita sila og bata nga bright, kay ingon din sila nga kanang bright ng bata, naliwat man na sa iyang mama or sa iyang papa, kay iyang mga ginikanan na sa una is mga bright man sad. So mao na siya ang pasabot sa heredity, mga characteristic sa ginikanan nga napasa didto or nakuha sa anak. Number 4, experiences. Piaget believes that the experiences of children witnessed in the physical and real world has a major influence on their cognitive development. So according to him, kung unsay may experience o masaksihan sa bata, mausab ang ilahang ma-learn ug ma-adapt nila na naghatag og impluwensya sa ilang panghuna-huna. Learning opportunities. The learning environment and opportunities a child is surrounded with can have a major influence on their cognitive development. So, if a child is given a learning opportunities at an early age, he or she can learn or makadiscover og sayo. Yes, tinuod kay if a child is exposed to a learning experiences or gitudluan sila og sayo sa ilang ginikanan niya gipa-eskwela, ang ilahang intellectual is paspas mo function. Mas dali sila maka-learn ug mas matured sad sila manghuna-huna, unlike sa mga bata nga wala tagay og learning opportunities sa ilang parents, kay mas hinay ang ilahang cognitive development. So let's proceed to number 6, nutrition. Nutrition plays an important role in affecting cognitive development. A nutritious and balanced diet is required to ensure the proper development of a child's cognitive skills. One of the factors affecting cognitive development is the nutrition. So dapat jud nga na ay good nutrition ang usa ka bata, to make sure insakto ang iyahang panghuna-huna. Kay if ang bata nga dili sakto ang nutrition og dili healthy, kay naay possibility nga maapektuhan ang ilahang cognitive development. Like for example, ang bata kay nieskwela nga gutom or naglain ang lawas. So naay possibility nga ang bata is di siya katarong og huna-huna nya sa klase sa kay siya ka-concentrate, kay imbis na mag-focus siya sa klase, di na siya ka-focus kay nagpamati man siya sa sakit sa iyang tiyan baron. So ang nutrition is maka-affect siya sa cognitive development sa usa ka bata. So ang bata is required jud nga tagaan og enough nutrition, kay kini makatabang sa ilahang cognitive development. Factors affecting language development. There are 3 main factors that affect language development: social, educational, and biological factor. So, what is social factor? A child's language development directly depends on its social interaction with its parents, siblings, peers, and caretakers. New words in a child's vocabulary result due to its interaction with others. However, socio-economic condition also affect language development, because it has found that ang bata nga gikan sa poor socio-economic background is speak much lesser than number of words than children of the same age from professional families. So the next one is the educational factors. The educational environment significantly affects a child's language and thought development. Language development is boosted by correct exposure in reading and listening to correct language being spoken. So, if a child is attending in school, he or she exposed in a variety of learning experiences. The last one is the biological factors. Slow children are slow in language and speech development due to a biological problem like autism, cleft palate, ADHD, brain injury during birth. Such children nga naay biological problem is murag na late ang ilahang cognitive and language development. So kay late man ang ilang language development, they not be able to use words coherently og maka-experience ni sila difficulty in communicating or forming relationship with others. So that was the 3 factors affecting language development. And that would be all. Thank you.
Language development starts with sounds and gestures, then words and sentences. So, ang language development, kay mag-una na siya sa mga sounds o gestures, mga motions, and sa paglihok-lihok sa usa ka tawo. Then, words and sentences. Ikahuman na mo gawas na dira ang words, mga istorya niya, buo na siya or makabuild na siya mga sentences. You can support language development by talking a lot with your child. Magsulti ka una sa imong childs and responding when your child communicates. Ari is makuan niya ang skill sa usa ka bata matrain. Reading books and sharing stories is good for language development. So sa pag-read nimo, mga pagbasa-basa nimo libro and pag-share sa mga stories para sa improvements nimo sa imong language. So diri is language pyramid. Mo ni siya ang language pyramids. First stage niya is speech. So child produces sounds correctly. Diri is makatingog na ang bata, makastorya, makalitok na siya, makaproduce na siya mga sounds correctly. Next is talking. Child uses words or sentences to communicate. Makahimo na siya og makabuild na siya og sentences. Understanding. So child understands instructions, routines, and actions of others. So makasabot na siya sa iyahang behavior and sa other people. Mosabot na siya sa unsay kanang environment. Next is play. Child learns by playing with objects, other people, and using their imagination. So magkibaw na siya mo duwa and mo socialize. Looking and listening. Child responds to sounds and is interested in seeing what is around them. So mo explore na siya, mo investigate, and mo listen siya sa iyahang environment. Kibaw na siya mo kanang socialize and adult-child interaction. This is the last part. Child learns how to communicate through interaction with adults they know well. So kabaw na siya makipaghalubilo sa usa ka tawo and musabot na siya, mo play, mo understand. So mo na ni siya ang nasabtan sa usa ka bata.
Current research and pedagogical application. A new application for the concept of pedagogical content knowledge. Teaching advanced social science research methods. This paper takes the concept of pedagogical content knowledge, or PCK, which is well known in teacher education, and applies it in research methods education where it has not been previously used. Pedagogical content knowledge, or PCK, means is the knowledge the teacher developed over time and through experience about how to teach particular content in particular ways in order to lead to enhance student understanding. And how does the concept pedagogical content knowledge help teachers? The concept pedagogical content knowledge help teachers because it determines what a teacher does from minute to minute in the classroom, as well as influencing long-term planning. Pedagogical content knowledge, since its inception as teacher-specific professional knowledge, has been researched extensively. Drawing on a wide range of literature, this paper seeks to clarify how the potential offered by PCK could be utilized to further develop science teacher education. The main aim of pedagogy application is to build on previous learning of the students and work on the development of skills and attitudes of the learners. And also, pedagogy enables the students to get a thorough understanding of the subject and helps them applying those learning in their daily lives outside of the classroom. It shows specifically their use of data for translating methods to become readily knowable for students. And this case is made for identifying PCK through dialogic means as a vehicle for stimulating attention to the pedagogical dimension within policy critical efforts to build research capacity.